All right, welcome everyone, District 79 members to another webinar by the District 79 webinars team. Tonight we are going to shed some light on the club officers training, and we have with us today Dr. Shakil Shaikh, who will be delivering this presentation or training. Now, before I go on to give the control to Dr. Shakil to deliver the training, first of all, I would like to introduce Dr. Shakil. Now, DTM Dr. Shakil Shaikh is currently serving as the Club Growth Director of the Eastern and the Central region, and he will be delivering the presentation today. Dr. Shakil has been an area governor before, and his Area 35 has been a President Distinguished Area, and he has also served as a division director, where his division won the best division in Saudi Arabia, or District 79, during the service of DTM Saif Ali when he was the district director. He has also become a DTM twice, mashallah. He has achieved his DTM status twice, and currently he works as a corporate or company physician. So Dr. Shakil, DTM Dr. Shakil Shaikh is going to deliver the training today, and yours truly, Bassam Al-Bahra, will be facilitating the session today. I am based in Riyadh, and I belong to Sand Dunes Toastmasters Club, and today I will be facilitating the session, and currently I am serving as the district webinar manager. All right, so for all of the attendees, the microphones are going to stay muted. However, if you want to ask a question, you may use the raise your hand button, and then you can enter the question under the questions area. I expect we're going to be having a lot of questions today, so be prepared, listen on, and write down your questions. And finally, we may be posting some quick polls during the session. We'll see how that goes. In case there are some polls or questions, I encourage everyone to participate in those polls. Finally, I would like to welcome you again to the club officers training, and a big thank you to Dr. Shakil Shaikh for taking, DTM Dr. Shakil Shaikh for taking this role. Now I'm gonna give the control to Dr. Shakil, and he will be joining us now to provide his presentation. DTM Dr. Shakil, are you with us?
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, sir, and I hope you must be hearing me clearly.
Yes, it's very clear. I can hear you very well. All right, so Dr. Shakil, DTM Dr. Shakil, I'm gonna give you the control now to present your material. The stage is yours. Take it away. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Alaikum, and good evening, my dear fellow Toastmasters, my leaders. I hope you all must be hearing my voice very clear. And can you see the screen very clearly? Can I understand that everything is very clear? Hello, I think you can see the screen very clearly.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
DTM Dr. Shakil, the participants are, no one can provide their voice input. So whenever someone asks a question, I might be giving you a break after explaining every role to see if someone has a question about this role, and I will tell you the question.
No,
and
but
then you will be
the screen is seen clearly, no? The screen.
Yes, it's very clear.
PowerPoint.
It's on the screen now.
That's what I want.
Can see it. Thank you very much.
My voice is clear and the screen is seen very clearly, right? Yeah. So, once again, welcome to our session of webinar, the Club Officers Training in English. I would like to now start with, just follow me with the slide, but maybe I will just go an extra step for giving up some practical points which will be easier for you. Yeah, just 1 minute, 1 minute.
Sure. The presentation you were showing right now, Dr. Shakil, was working fine.
Okay, now I think there was some music being played on the background, so I was
okay.
So
no worries. All right. Okay, take it away.
Now let us see, as we are all Toastmasters, and secondly, most of us are in the XCOM, but there may be some people or somebody who want to come in the XCOM, or there may be somebody who must have taken up a role in XCOM, and then after some time they were as a normal member, and now they have again come. So what I wanted to emphasize is, we have two tracks. The two tracks are communication as well as leadership. In case if we plan to go further and see that we go every step in both the tracks, it is very important that we should, and it is a must, that we should take up the club officer's role. Every member of Toastmasters should understand, because whenever we take the club officer's role, not only we get an opportunity to serve the Toastmasters membership, but we also try to get time and opportunity to understand the roles and its responsibilities. Beside that, we get an extra advantage of the website. You can go to the club center and you can understand what are the various facilities available. So, role, responsibility and resources. If you really want to have all the three things together, then you should be one who should come forward. Whenever there is election, see that you take up roles. Ideally, you should start from the Sergeant at Arms, and slowly you can ascend upward, and you get enough experience while you ascend the roles up to the President. For easy classification, easy understanding, what I have done is I have merged all the 7 roles into one particular slide. The reason being, each and every role is intermingled with each other. You cannot have something separate. Every club officer has to react, interact, and work together as a team for the entire club. That is the reason that I have made this all into one particular slide. So let us have the identity your roles within the club, fulfill your responsibility within the club and club executive committee, and find resources that help you to fulfill your responsibility. Whichever post you are elected, whether it is a president, VP education, or secretary or treasurer, they have a particular role, a particular importance, a particular area wherein you have to work more. But you are still connected with the other roles for other responsibilities, which I am going to explain to you as we go further. You have to fulfill your responsibility, understanding your role, getting the club officers training every 6 months. Recently, the training has been completed in the month of June, and still we are having some trainings individually, or we are arranging at area level, so that we get the percentage nearing 100 or almost 100% training. Because by giving 100% training, each and every club officers understands well, and he can implement this thing so that he can serve the members well. And moreover, we have to have resources which can support the responsibilities. Let us see what are the responsibilities. The responsibilities comes for each club officer while he is in the meeting, that is during the club meeting, while he is outside the club meeting, either before or after the club meeting. And he should not forget that he is a part of an executive committee. So, beside the local club, there is an EXCOM meeting, and beside EXCOM meeting, he has also to contribute and understand the clubs around him, the area in which the club belongs, and few of the posts are included in area council, and a couple of posts are also included in the district and the division councils. So this he has to understand very well before he go ahead. Now, as the club meeting is concerned, before club meeting, upon arrival at the club meeting, and during club meeting, for each and every role of the club officers, that is, we have 7 club officers. If we descend down, we can have from the president, VP education, VP membership, VP PR, these 4, and then we have the secretary, the treasurer, and the sergeant at arms, the 7. Every person has certain responsibilities and role to play before the club meeting. That is, they have to do their homework, because once they do their homework, it is assured that the club meeting will start on time, it will be warm to start, and entire club meeting will be done as per the VP education's agenda, and ultimately it will end. This will increase the quality of the club meeting session, and also there can be some creativity which can be done, because if the club officers are doing their homework, they are always thinking about some creativity, provided they are meeting or coming early and sitting after the meeting to check what went wrong. As far as the president, let us start from the president. President can be said that he is the CEO of the club. With his experience, with his contact, he can have a better understanding, and he can be a better advisor, and he has the responsibility and the power to delegate things. He can see a person who have talent in a particular way, so he can utilize his talent. He can recognize a person who have weakness in some particular thing, and he can try to see that he is given certain work where he try to learn and improve oneself. So for this, the president is the best person who has the power and who has the experience how he can take up his team and how he can take up his club. The first thing which he will try to ask to know about is the VP education. It is said that the VP education is the main person in a club. He can plan the business portion of the meeting. It is very important. because whether it is at the district level, or whether it is a division level, or it is at area level, whoever is the leader there, if he has to communicate something, some news, some information, president is the only person to whom they inform. And usually in our part of the world, it is done by email. So this business portion of the meeting is very important, and entirely the president is responsible. Whenever the president receives an email, he should collect and note down from whom the email has come, what is the communication portion which he has to communicate to the membership, and without a delay, if the email of the district director or the division director or the area director says that this has to be circulated to the members, without delay, it is his prime duty that he should circulate the email, and not only circulate, but that particular time make a note of it, because this particular news he has also to include in the business portion of his meeting when he conduct the business session in the beginning of the session. Review parliamentary procedure. This is an important part of every club, but unfortunately nowadays it is rarely seen. Earlier days there has to be a parliamentarian in for every session, a person, a senior, a veteran leader who used to at times help the club to take decision. Robert Rule Book, I think and I understand many of you must know this or must have known this. On this, the Toastmasters parliamentary procedures is dependent. It is also better that at area level or division level, once in a year, if there is a workshop on parliamentary procedure, this will make the people understand that how the parliamentarian way of conducting a meeting, when there is any problem, how can we solve this problem stepwise. So it is very important how a motion is carried. It is very important that how the motion is defeated or carried on. Every person should know, because this particular part, if you remember, whenever we have club officers election, you may have seen the parliamentary procedure to some extent during this procedure, election time. So this is an important part of Toastmasters. Upon arrival, the president should review the meeting agenda. As I said earlier, that the president is a senior person and he has quite lot experience. So whenever he review an agenda, he will be the best person who can immediately catch what are the flaws in the agenda. Date, timings, venue, beside that, the assigned members and the speakers, the evaluators. It is but natural that last moment dropout may affect the agenda. But still, I am glad that there are clubs wherein not a single member I have seen, not a single member remain absent. The agenda stand. There is not a single way the Toastmaster of the day has to change or to replace anybody. So let us follow such clubs example, and we have to see that whenever we make an agenda, every member take up the responsibility that in case if he agreed, he should attend. Greeting guests and members is the criteria of Toastmasters. Whether he is a president, whether he is a VP member, whether he is a secretary, everybody has to be present there. That is the reason that ExCom has an extra responsibility that they should come to the club 10 to 15 minutes early so that they create the ambience wherein not only the Toastmasters but the guest also think that this is the right place and this is the right thing they have done, that their 2 hours which they will spend in the session is really worth it. Because once this feeling goes to the guest, they will become the member. And once this feeling goes to the members, they will try to achieve what they want and why they have joined Toastmasters for. Now, anytime, whenever we do some project, we need a planning, we need a preparation, and then we perform. Similarly, every ExCom role, every ExCom member need to plan about what he has to do, what is his responsibility, need to prepare, read up. In case if he cannot understand, go back to his mentor. Remember one thing, here also mentor guides the mentee whenever he is a ExCom. I have gone back to my mentors many a time when I didn't understand a particular part of the role, and definitely I got a lot of good advice from my mentor. So anytime, in case whether you are in a contest or whether you are an ExCom, never hesitate to go back to your mentor. And third is the performance. So once you have planned well, once you know your role well, the performance will be automatically good. So during club meeting is the performance part. Call the meeting to order. Usually the sergeant at arms is the person who starts the meeting. Call the meeting to order is the responsibility of the sergeant at arms, which we'll be talking later on. But as soon as the sergeant at arms calls, he hand it over to the president. What is the first thing which comes, which we prefer, is our guest. Give full respect to the guest, ask them to introduce themselves. Without hesitation and without seeing that we do not forget any guest who has till that time arrived. Once the introduction is over, then you can have a small talk either on the environment, either on the theme, but see that this is a positive talk so that you create the ambience. You have the business session, which is important part of each session. In the business session, you may call the secretary to read the minutes of the last meeting. Secondly, after the minutes are read, you can ask for a vote if there is anything to be added or deleted. And once it is voted correctly, then you can adopt the minutes of the meeting. Second thing is that if there is any news or information from the district, division or area for which you have already circulated the mail, it is also your prime duty that you mention this to your members, emphasize this from your side. For example, if SATAC is going on and they have said the registration early bird is there, you must emphasize that maximum member of your club should register for SATAC, should register and get the opportunity of early bird. So whatever is the business portion from the district, division or area, President again convey this to the members, emphasize this. You have to provide information in case if there is anything special coming up in the near future, in the next meeting, in the contest, or it could be an early bird for your due payment for the Toastmasters International, or it could be an election. This information which is coming in the near future, the President can give the information. Announcement can be made, again, emphasizing the members to pay their dues. This is a very important announcement which is made, and the two particular times are very important when not only the treasurer but the VP member and the president should emphasize so that we pay the maximum members collection in time. Then the president hands over to the Toastmaster of the day. The important thing in Toastmasters is the introduction part. It is whether the sergeant at arms call upon the president. Before that, he introduced the president. Similarly, the president also introduced the Toastmaster of the day. See that we try to improve our introduction power, because this is one of the pillar of Toastmasters. Adjourning of the meeting will be the president comes again back, and then this is carried out. Now let us see what are the outside club meeting functions of the president. The letters, the sentence which is written in the red is basically common to the first two or the first three posts. That is the president, the VP education and the VP membership. Let us be very clear that at the district level or international convention, the president is important, the VP education is important, and they have a vote, whether it is an election in the SATAC or international convention. At area level, one more member is added, that is VP membership. So in area council, we have the president, VP education and VP membership. While above that, we have the president and the VP education. This is an annual voting time, which usually begins from the area directors election, and then further during the SATAC on the second day, we have the election for the district leaders and the division leaders. Simultaneously, you can entrust your vote to your district director, who on your behalf can vote in the international convention. So this is an important point also, that your right you should practice and address properly. Appoint and chair the audit committee. It is very important that whenever we start a new term, this is the first month of the new year, President has two important functions wherein the treasurer is involved. He has to appoint an auditor who will take care of the previous term. The previous treasurer has to hand over all the documents to the appointed auditor, which is being appointed by the president. This has to be done in the beginning, that is in the first month. Simultaneously, the president advised the treasurer to present a budget for the present term. And the present treasurer, it is his prime duty that he should make the budget and present it to the membership, get it approved. This is the correct method in Toastmasters International. Unfortunately, in many clubs, the treasurer doesn't know that the budget has to be made in the first month, and simultaneously, similarly, it is also that the auditor is not appointed in the first month. This is the time when things has to be done, it has to be done. So let us practice in a proper way so that we learn and we make it a habit that we teach this to the ongoing leadership also. Appoint the nominating committee. Now, nominating committee is usually appointed by the president, but this nomination committee appointment will be 1 month prior to the election date. When is the election? Usually those clubs which conduct twice a month meeting, their tenure is for 1 year. So they conduct election once in a year. While those clubs who are having weekly meetings, they conduct twice a year election, and their election now usually is in the beginning of May, in the first term. So you have to appoint a nomination committee chair at least 1 month ahead of that. Similarly, it is second election will come in the beginning or the first week of November. So then the nomination committee chair has to be appointed. This is also the function or the authority of the president. Receive official correspondence from the world headquarters. This is very important, because whenever there is a world headquarters sending anything, whether it is the manual, the leadership book, or whether it is an award like Smedley Award ribbon or Beat Up Clock Award or Talk Up Toastmaster Award, it is sent to the president. But it is also important that whenever you have change in the leadership, see that you go back on the website and change the address, because it is also seen that the president has gone 2 years back, but is still the same address is continuing, and that is one of the reasons that these things do not reach the club in time, in case if the president has left. So these things which are coming from world headquarters will not reach the club. Schedule and chair executive committee meetings. Every month they say we should have an executive committee meeting wherein all the 7 members should come together. They should discuss what are the progress done in that particular month, what they intend to plan for the next month. Ideally, if all the members cannot meet once in a month, then they can have 15 days after the meeting. They can, after 2 sessions or after 15 days, they can have a meeting wherein they can conduct the business session. Now, develop and improve club leadership can be done by the president, because he can present himself as a role model. Try to meet others, try to have arranged meeting, combined meeting with others, so that the members have the opportunity to hear people from outside. Let the evaluators from outside evaluate your member, and your evaluator evaluate the other member's speech. 2 main factors which we have to emphasize is on mentorship as well as evaluators, which we'll be talking about in the VP education session. Oversees the club administration. President is the CEO, as I told in the beginning, so he has to see that every member is functioning well, is doing his job well, and in case if you feel that particular member is weak or he needs some assistance, then there is a possibility that we can have a subcommittee for each member. This formation of subcommittee have 2 advantages. One is more members of the clubs are involved in the ExCom. Secondly, by doing this, we are preparing somebody to take over in the next term. Advanced club and members achievement. Whenever there is anything, when the members achieve or the club does something better, it is the president who should immediately try to emphasize this, motivate members. There are some clubs which appoint certain prize for them. Some people, they give trophy toward the end of the session just to encourage members so that the next term they do much better. Interact effectively with other organization levels. So it is very important. You are part of Toastmasters International. This we should not forget. And when we interact at area level, division level, district level, it is always a positive thing, because we are going to gain. We are going to gain information. We are going to gain more ways how we can learn and how we can be useful to the society. More opportunities will come our way. President in the executive committee, he is the head. He leads the executive committee. He listens to everybody and he decides on the majority of the vote. Oversees the executive committee, ensure executive committee completes its duty, create a club budget, complete a club session plan, success plan, which is very important. Though this club success plan has many other ExCom who are contributing, like for example the VP education, you can see how the DCP points from the educational part will come. It will also have the VP membership and the VP PR contribution, how they have publicized, how they have gone out in the society to attract members, attract guests. So this success plan has to be planned, and now we have to immediately inform the area and the division how our club success plan we are planning, in what way. Strategize for success in the DCP point, which is there, 10 out of 10 usually should be our aim, and we should do the maximum whatever way we can plan out, and how our members can utilize their talent and ability, how best we can have maximum speakers, how best we can utilize the 2 hours which will be a part of our success in the DCP point. Create and oversee other club committees as necessary. So you have to be there to check all the club committees at every interval. There is possibility that some committee may be lagging behind. So at that time, you have to see and be more concerned and concentrate on that particular area. This is the end of president, but still we will go back to president whenever we come across certain sentences. If you want, I will finish the VP education, and then if you want, you can ask question, or if you want, I can finish all the 7 roles. You may just note down and then you can ask the question. Possibility is that I will try to take something which you maybe want to ask. So let me finish if you are not tired. Can I go ahead, sir?
All right, DTM, Dr. Shakil. Actually, I have one question here so far, so maybe if you can answer that before we proceed to the VP
Please, go ahead.
education, would really appreciate that. Okay, so we have Toastmaster Asjad Ansari asking, who is a parliamentarian and what are his or her responsibilities?
Basically, parliamentarian used to be one of the assignees in our olden agenda, if you see. Nowadays, it is missing. He is a person who knows the rule book. He is the person, because usually whenever there is conflict, there is any problem of conflict, it is at that particular time the parliamentarian role is important. My mentor used to say that no need of any parliamentarian, because every member should be parliamentarian. Every member should know what are the rules, how stepwise we can go and solve the problem. So this is what my mentor used to tell me, that no need for one particular person only to know the rule. Let us all understand the rule. Let us all know how things are carried out. If you see an election, and if an election procedure is there, if you will see that election procedure, initially the club, the election officer read out, and then there are members who want to come for the post. If there are more than one members, then you have, at certain level, you get the vote from the audience. So this is all the step which is the part of parliamentary procedures. There are many in parliamentary. It is a big topic itself. So I would just like to close the topic here, that parliamentarian way, if you do, there is a Robert rule book. If you go through it, because this parliamentary procedure is depend on that particular rule book which the Toastmasters International has adopted. So if I can go ahead with the VP education, which is an important role, I would say this is the spine of the entire club.
Dr. Shakil?
Yes, sir.
Can we have another question and we move on to the VP education?
Please.
All right, so we have, sure, thank you very much. We have a question by Toastmaster Muhammad Al-Zayer, and his question is, how to ensure all XCOM officers are engaged and fulfilling their duties? How can you ensure that all XCOM officers are engaged and fulfilling their duties? Maybe that's a question for a president.
You can only and only ensure if you are meeting, all the 7 members are meeting regularly. If you are not meeting regularly, then it is very difficult. So I would just request that those members who want to come up for the post first think that they are there to attend that particular term regularly. If they are just taking the post for the name's sake, for the benefit that it will benefit in their ALB, or if it will benefit in the future, and they are most of the time absent, then it will be very difficult to ensure that these people will meet and some positive things will come up. So to reduce that, we have a subcommittee wherein more members are involved, so that members understand the role before they decide for themselves that they should come up for the club officers post. So meeting many clubs, I have seen that almost every meeting they sit down, the XCOM sit down, because it is very rare that all the 7 members may be present in the XCOM meeting if you conduct even after a month. So if every meeting you try to have 10-15 minutes sit down, even if 5 to 7 members are there, whatever you discuss, you prepare a minutes of that XCOM meeting and send to those members who have not attended, so they are also updated. Similarly, in the secretary's minutes of the meeting, when it is approved and accepted, it is always better that the secretary send the approved minutes of the last meeting the next day. As soon as suppose the club session is on Sunday, he should send the minutes of the meeting to all on Monday morning, so that people who are not there on that evening, absent, they also know what has happened on the previous meeting and what was any motion was carried, anything was any bylaws was changed, so they also are well aware of it. So ideally, meeting regularly is very important among the members of XCOM. I hope I answered the question.
All right, thank you very much, DTM Dr. Shakil. So we'll stop answering questions now. We will come back with more questions after the VPE. One point, if you allow me, DTM Dr. Shakil, I think we have around 1 hour left until the end of the meeting.
Yeah,
so, still we have 6 roles to cover.
No
so
problem.
I understand that the president is the most important.
Yes.
Okay,
time
perfect.
Will be, Now, as far as the VP
exactly.
education,
Thank you very much.
Yeah. We review scheduled roles. That VP education is the main person who has the responsibility to see the education progress. Each and every member get an equal opportunity. Each and every member get a proper guidance. Each and every member get a mentor. Each and every member is given role, assigned role, and see that at particular level you can have a lighter role. Then as you take up the communication manual, you start your project from CC1 to CC4, see that you get higher level of educational role like evaluator, grammarians. Simultaneously, the VP education should see that there has to be some workshop placed uniformly in the 6-month session. The education session also should be creative, also should have somebody from outside for a special workshop. Moment of Truth is one such workshop which is recommended for every 6 months, so that the members have an opportunity to express their view as what was the last term was, and the present ExCom members can improve on that, so that how the members can be benefited better. So review schedule role offers support to the Toastmasters. See, whatever person is joining Toastmasters, he have certain aim, certain goal. So it is a VP education who has to discuss one-to-one and find out what exactly the reason he want, where he want to have more information, where he want to have more assignment. Simultaneously give him the thing what he needs, but see that he should take the other thing also together. This is very important, because once a person comes and if he gets the thing which he wants, he easily understand, he easily adopt to your suggestion. The mentor has to be such that the mentor should be available. In case if the mentor is not available or on vacation, then it is the duty of the member to go back to the VP education, talk to him, and there is a possibility that he can be given another mentor. Ensure a member conduct presentation from successful. There are 3 series from where the workshop can be conducted: the better speech series, the successful club series, and the leadership series, successful leadership series. So there are the 3 series. In each of the series there are about 11 workshops. These workshops can be done by the members, allotting them 10 to 15 minutes for the lighter workshop, and a workshop like Moment of Truth is there, maybe you need 45 minutes to 1 hour. So similarly, the VP education should schedule this, because not only it brings variety in the session, but also it tries to fulfill the requirement for the members in their further achievement in leadership, like ALB or ACS. So these are very important. Notify the club presidents of the education. Whenever there is any member who is going to complete, then it is our club tradition that we try to have a graduation ceremony on the day he complete his CC10, or he complete his AC10, or he complete his AG10, AGS advanced. So what we do is we have a cake cutting ceremony, and we bring a cap, the graduation cap, and photographs is taken, and we recognize the person. This is very important, because this is an encouragement to all the members. Verify assigned members have arrived and are prepared. See, agenda, preparing agenda is very important. Repeated contact via email, via WhatsApp, or via mobile phone personally is very important, to have the member present and to have a successful meeting with full house. Remind members to select an evaluator. Usually the members are taken into consideration because some members are more comfortable with an evaluator. Ideally, when the members are having the CC1 to CC3, CC4, it is better that any evaluator who evaluates such member is slightly in a better way, soft and helpful, so that the member gets encouraged and continue further. Simultaneously, mentor also should make it a point that he attend. He should not evaluate his mentee, but he should attend and see his mentee how he is doing, and then separately advise him. This is also very important for a better progress in the self-development. He has to assist the Toastmaster of the day. He appoint the Toastmaster of the day. He can assist the Toastmaster of the day. Remember one thing, whatever assignment is given to any member, he can either take help of the VP education to tell his restrictions or whatever his problems are, or the best person will be he go back to his mentor and ask him to help him and to guide him. VP education is also one of the member on the panel who is ready to greet the guest. He has to come first in beginning 10 minutes ahead. and she has to inform the topic master of any guests who are willing to participate. This is very important because most of us, even Toastmasters, they are worried and they are very much conscious if they are called for table topic. So you can understand what a guest can feel. So it is very important that we do not call the guest suddenly unless we have taken his consent. So either the topic master himself can ask during the break to the guest whether he is willing to talk, or the VP education can also help here to the topic master. Initial projection completion record. Usually whenever there is a chartering ceremony, we have given two charts, the CL chart and the CC chart. Ideally, just like a school teacher, many of our clubs, they are decorating this chart, and it is really very wonderfully when whoever walks in immediately understand this particular member is at this position now. So this completion record is very important. Now people have made it a digital record and they are sending every now and then, the VP education is sending every now and then to keep all the members updated. Ensure members fill out award application. This is very important because whenever the VP education put in the award, it is important that the club central can only be taken or used by the ExCom member. So whenever anybody is completing, see that there are official forms at the end of the manual which can be filled and either scan and send to the VP education, or a photocopy can be sent to the VP education, so that he fills up the correct information to the TMI, and the acceptance of the award and getting the certificate by the awardee will be in time. Recognize members for achievement. As I told you, some clubs even give some trophies and pins also. Preside over the meeting when necessary. In case he is the second position officer, in case if the president is on vacation, then the VP education can preside over the meeting. Answer education program or speech contest. Remember one thing, VP education is wholly responsible for the contest. He, along with the president, can fix up the contest master, the contest chair, the chief judge, and the entire contest planning he has to do. This is his responsibility, part of his responsibility. Outside the club meeting, he can plan a meeting as in the planning part or the preparation part. Promote participation in the education program. He should see that all members get equal chance, no member is left out, because it is very important that every member should be given proper attention. Orientation of the new members is equally important, because whenever the member come in, they only know that there is every time we are clapping and every time there is something going on, but they should know how the Toastmasters work. Once they understand that, then they will understand even why we are clapping. Encourage new members to participate. The best way to encourage for a new member to participate is to start with the vote counters role, R counters role, joke masters role, 1 minute Toastmasters role. So these are lighter roles and they can easily get themselves adjusted. As we have already told, assigning a mentor. Attend club executive meeting. This is very important for all the 7 members. It will be coming repeatedly. Attend district council meeting. As I have told, the first 2 members have the voting right. Vote at international business meeting. The first 2 members have the voting right for the international convention. That is, first 2 means president and VP education. Arrange for your replacement or assistant. This is the duty of each and every ExCom, that he should prepare his successor and arrange for his assistant in a subcommittee. VP education also prepare and present the education program reports. He has to elaborate all the detail of the report so that people understand after this, because people only know that this is CC and this is CL. In CL also it has to be elaborated that not all the assignment is necessary. read properly, and you will see in the first part there are out of 3, 2 are necessary. In the second, out of 3, 3 are necessary. So this thing has to be explained and to the members so that they understand and they know how to do the CL. Share information of the upcoming speech contest. It is his duty to encourage maximum contestant. Whenever there is a contest, you will really enjoy when there are maximum contestant for each contest. So it is the VP, education, and the entire EXCOM which should encourage members to come forward and to participate as contestant in their annual speech contest. Next will be the VP member. Club meeting, the VP member is, yeah, you want
Dr.
to,
Shakil?
yeah, you want to
Yes.
ask? Yeah.
Can we have a quick poll for the, let's have the participants engaged. So can we have a poll? I have 3 light questions, and I'm going to ask the attendees to participate. All right?
Okay, please go on. Can you
Okay,
ask?
thank you very much. Okay, sure, yeah. So the first poll is, now you can see the poll on your screen. The first
Yes.
poll says, VPE enforces an evaluator on a speaker, true or false? So let's wait for everyone to answer the question and see how they respond. Again, VPE enforces an evaluator on a speaker, true or false? All right. Now everyone is voting, 15%. All right, 30%. Come on, people. Let's get 100% on that. I'm going to wait for another 15 seconds. 33. Okay. One more. Let's get it to 50%, please. Let's get it to 50%. 37. 39. Okay, I'm going to stop at 40. 39% have voted. Okay, so I'm going to close the poll now. Let's see the results. So 47% voted true, while 53% voted false. What's your answer, Dr. Shakil?
See, I would go for false because, you know, VP
Yeah.
education cannot force an evaluator on a speaker. Ideally, whenever the speaker is speaking, he should see which are the evaluators who have evaluated the speaker, and he should always change the evaluator. He cannot force, because one evaluator only evaluating the speaker throughout is also not good, and he has evaluator which give different evaluators of the club to evaluate the same speaker, so that a speaker will get evaluation from different evaluators. This is what he cannot force a particular thing. Only thing is that in case of advanced speaker, he can, if he doesn't have so many members who are in advanced speeches, maybe he can give advanced speaker, advanced evaluator for advanced speaker. That is there that he can do.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you very much. Now let's have another quick. Let's have another quick question. The question says, you have everyone, leaders, you have a minute to provide your answer. A mentor can evaluate a speech by his mentee. True or false? Let's hear it from everyone. A mentor can evaluate a speech by his mentee. All right, growing up, 17%, 21. Keep it going, guys, 30%. Fantastic, 38. 40%. Keep going, everyone. 50%, that's a record, all right? We still have 20 seconds. 53%. Keep it coming, guys. All right, it seems that everyone has voted. I'm going to close the poll now. Let's see the results. All right. So 76% voted true, while 24% voted false. DTM Dr. Shakil, what do you think?
Yeah, I just wanted to agree with this, but I would like to ask the member or make them understand why this mentor cannot evaluate a speech by his mentee. Why it is like that? Because In case if the mentee is taking complete advice from the mentor and the mentor is approving his thing, then there is no point if you evaluate him. Okay. But in today's time, if the mentor doesn't know what his mentee is presenting, the mentee is not going to the mentor, then he can be an evaluator because he is hearing his mentee or he is listening to his mentee first time. You got my point? So a mentor is a mentor whenever he is completely guiding his mentee throughout. And at that time he cannot evaluate because he knows the speech very well. He knows it. So he will not be justifying. You understand? But in case if the mentee and mentor are only for namesake, and neither the mentee is taking any advice from the mentor, neither the mentor knows what is the script, and at that time he is not knowing at all what his mentee is going to present. So at that time he can evaluate him also. You understand? So in today's time, if the mentor and mentee relation is not that like a mentor and mentee, then this thing can be false also. So I would love that every mentor should take care of his mentee and every mentee should go back to the mentor, and then maybe he will or she will have two support. One is from the evaluator and one from the mentor. So this will be more beneficial to the mentee in the long run.
Okay, perfect. Now the last poll, this one is just for like a survey. You are going to enjoy it. So how would you celebrate or recognize an achievement by a member? Hand over a trophy, hand over a ribbon, throw a mini party, treat the member for dinner, my favorite, or other. All right, so let's hear from everyone. How would you celebrate or recognize an achievement by a member? What about you, Dr. Shakil? How would you recognize?
See, basically it depends upon the financial position of the club. For community club, it is really difficult because we know the community club we have toward the end of the term, we hardly have any money. But for corporate, possibility is there. Possibility is there. But I think we must recognize, and hand over a ribbon will be quite good enough, or a pin could be good enough. This is
okay. So you would go with a ribbon or a pin. Thank you very much. Now let's see how everyone has voted. Okay, so 28% would hand over a trophy, 20% would hand over a ribbon, 28% the winner would throw a mini party, and only 4% would treat the member for dinner. Come on, guys, are you kidding me? And finally, 20% would prefer something else. Okay, thank you very much, everyone, for your interaction. And now, Dr. Shakil, the control is yours. Please take it away with the VP membership. Thank you very much. Dr. Shakil?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shall I continue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, please.
Yeah. So now we go for VP membership. VP membership is very important because we need members. So it is not only the duty of VP membership to get members. It is duty of every member to get a guest and see that these guests are converted into members. But VP membership will lead them. He will have some publicity material, he will have a guest book, and he will meet personally and take their detailed contact address, email address, telephone numbers, and he will also invite them for the next meeting. So this is his responsibility. But every member should concentrate that they should bring in more guests and more members. Why? Because more members, more ideas will come. Financially, the club will be better, sound. Even in the corporate club, see that different department of the corporate knows that there is a club going on in their own premises. Because majority of the corporate I have seen that if there are managers attending, only their members are attending. So it is in the corporate club also, we do have the role for VP membership to go in different department or VPPR to issue a monthly magazine or a monthly newsletter so that they know what is going on that month, or twice a month one newsletter can go to all the department. And in this way you must attract members, because having members is not only the sole responsibility of VP membership, but VP member has more important, he has to see that there are certain times wherein if we take in more members, we are going to get ribbons. Like in the month of August to September, we will be having the Smedley Award. Similarly, when we enter the new year, February to March, we will have Talk Up Toastmasters Award. And similarly, before we end May and June, we will have another award which we call as the Beat the Clock Award. So these three awards can be planned and can be achieved. So the banner have three more ribbons of that year. This three award can only be achieved when we take in at least 5 members. They could be the new members, they could be the reinstated members, they could be dual members. Anybody who is joining the club, it is one member counted as one member. So 5 members, minimum 5 members in that particular period of time, that means you get the award, the club gets the award. 15 members means the 2 growth point is covered, 2 DCP point from the growth point is covered. So the VP membership is directly responsible for achieving these 2 growth point. Meet with the guest to answer question, because there has to be somebody, someone who should answer the queries. A VP member is the best person to stand here. Invite guests to join the club, help the guest to complete the membership application. If you see the membership form, which we call as form number 400, now before it was 2 pages, now in the new form it is 3 pages. And if you go on reading, it is so elaborate that the guest may get confused. So at this particular time, the VP membership can really help the guest how to fill up the form. Outside the club meeting, conduct membership building program. Whenever there is any social gathering, Toastmasters have a great role to play. This is a gathering wherein we can publicize Toastmasters International. We can publicize our club. We can try to gain members. Remember one thing, VP membership with a couple of members who are interested to support the membership drive. VPPR, the president, they can have some pamphlet ready and they can go there. They can request the host of that if they can give them some time to talk and explain about Toastmasters International and distribute the pamphlet. Because conducting membership program not only is a way to gain guests and members, but is also giving you credit. The VP membership may not get the credit, but those members who are going and assisting and supporting will get their credit in their CL manuals. Promote membership goal. As I have told, there are 3 awards. These are the membership goals which has to be promoted and achieved. Promote membership building contest. Again, there are clubs wherein they give certain things that if you make 5 members, you will get this particular thing. They announce, the president announced, and every member is trying to get more guests. He becomes the sponsor. He gets not only from the club, but also if you have 5 members against your name, you get a pin from the Toastmasters International for 5 members pin. Similarly, 10 members pin also and 15 members pin also can be achieved, provided you are having those members as a sponsor. You will bring in their club. Toastmasters International will give you these pins. Besides that, the club may add something to you. But it is very important at this point of time that the VP membership and the VP education should also study what is the divisions which are giving trophies to, what are the district which gives trophies to, and they also should keep this in mind beside the Toastmaster International, how we, our club, can achieve this goal. Because when they achieve this goal, it is not only the club achieving goal, it is the area which is benefiting, it is the division, and ultimately it is the district which is. Follow up and keep track of the guests, bring membership applications. So it is very important, if the guest not coming next time, see that they are called, they are reminded, and they are invited. The guest will feel elated, and definitely this will be a real reason to join the club. Assis, the Vice President Public Relation. Vice President Public Relation is publicizing the club. So he is very near to you, because when he publicizes, definitely there is inquiries coming from the website, coming from the people, and you are going to benefit. So it is very good that if you are very near to your VPPR, ensure meeting information is correct. Don't give. In case there is a change in the venue, see that your guests are informed. I have seen the guest is standing at the old venue and you are conducting meeting at the new venue. And this is a deteriorating point wherein they will never trust you again. Attend club executive meeting. This is common for all. Attend and vote at area council meeting. See, VP membership is only at the area council, not beyond that. And after VP member, whoever we are, they are having no voting right at the area and district or further. Arrange for your replacement, which is a common factor, and prepare your successor for everything. Organize and conduct membership contest, as I have already mentioned about it. Report on club membership. Whenever there are members joining or at the end of 2 months, you must give this report in the business session so that the president can inform the assembly, the membership, about your achievement. Now coming to the VPPR, that is Vice President of Public Relations, verify that information on the website and social media is correct. He is the person who will deal with the social media and website. You want to have any questions, sir?
Yeah. Yes, we're going to have a very quick two poll questions.
Okay, sir.
All right. So thank you very much. Now the first question is for everyone. To achieve the Smedley Membership Award, you need to register 5 new members in August and September, or February and March, or May and June. Please cast your votes, and let's see how everyone was paying attention to Dr. Shakil while speaking about the membership awards. All right, 34% the audience have voted. We still have 20 seconds to go. 10 more seconds. 40% have voted, and it seems that the majority are voting the right answer. Let's see how this goes. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we're closing the poll. Now let's see how everyone has performed. So the majority have answered August and September, and correct. It is the correct answer. When you register in Toastmasters International, there are 3 membership awards. There is a program of 3 membership awards during the year. So the Smedley Award is achieved in August and September. And Dr. Shakil, when you register 5 new members in February and March, what's that reward?
It is Talk Up Toastmaster. And
Talk Up
the last one
Toastmasters.
is Beat the Clock. And May and June is
and
Beat
the last one is Beat the Clock in May and June. Thank you very much. So well done, guys. You've answered well. Last poll, last question for the membership before we move on to the PR.
Jolly.
To achieve 2 DCP points, you need to register 8 new members in August and September, February and March, May and June, or any time during the year. Let's hear it from everyone. So Dr. Shakil, during your service in Toastmasters in your club, have you always, how many times did your club achieve 10 DCP points?
See, since last 2002, we are achieving the President Distinguished. Not a single year.
Oh, 2002. Wow, amazing, amazing.
My mother club is Oasis Toastmasters Club, and last June we celebrated the 25th anniversary of Oasis.
Wow, 25 years. That's amazing. Okay,
I'm
so
in this club now 10 years. Yeah.
For 10 years, amazing. So now the poll is almost over. I'm gonna end the results now. Let's see how everyone has voted. Okay, let's see how everyone has voted. Okay, so you guys have voted the correct answer anytime during the year. And even though the previous answers are still correct, the February and March is for Talk Up Toastmasters, and May and June is for the Beat the Clock Award. And correct to achieve 8 DCP points. 4 new members will give you 1 DCP point anytime during the year. Another 4 new members will give you a DCP point during the year. Thank you very much, everyone. Dr. Shakil. And now, thank you for waiting. I'll give the control back to you.
Okay.
Take it away. Thank you.
So now we, as I told, we have the VPPR. And it is very important. He takes care of the publicity part. He managed the social media. He managed the website. And the most important thing, which is for all of us, is the promotional material. He sees that we do not have the second hand. We use the original Toastmasters promotional material because he is the person who is looking after all this thing. During the club meeting, he distributes promotional materials, he reports result of public relations effort, what are the achievement he has achieved, wherein he can also get sponsorship for the club, at times announce public relation campaign, and he solicits volunteers for works in the social media or in the society. He can take some members. And remember, whenever we are doing some campaign, it is always credited by the CL manual. So it is always better that we have some extracurricular activity attached to our normal club activity, because these extracurricular activity at times in looking toward the season can help not only to break the monotonous, but also get us more social and invite social people in the club. So this is, we used to have cricket matches during the winter season wherein the club perform and we invite others to have. Then secondly, we have some special assembly of members wherein we have some programs, some entertainment programs. So this type of arrangement also, when you have a contest master or contest chair, they also get the credit in the CL manual. So it is very important that the VP education, the VPPR, they try to have correlation, coordination, and try to have some sort of creativity which will help the club, not only in membership, but also the members to achieve their CL manuals. Now, as far as the report of the public, okay, this is finished. Publicize the Toastmasters brand. This is very important that we should, as Toastmasters, only use the Toastmasters brand, the original material. This is very important. Promote the club. At every level, PPPR main function is to promote the club. Maintain the club website. See that the club website, the change of XCOM names, everything is changed, and every news of the club or the area or the achievement of the members should be added on the club website. Join a Toastmasters moderate social network website. This could be, they could be, usually Toastmasters, they have the free website wherein you can have your club thing. Some people go ahead for one step further and they hire also. They pay annual fees and they hire a website for the club also. Produce and distribute a club newsletter. This is very important, because beside communication, beside speaking, beside expressing yourself, we have to see that we are good at writing also. And this is a test. here we can always contribute to the newsletter. See that in the newsletter we have the news, at least minimum 3 newsletters are advised in a period of 6 months, and it can have the photographs and all such things so that people can see. And nowadays no need to print. Once upon a time we used to print it. Nowadays digital way is the best, and it is not cost on the club, and moreover it can be sent to from the district to other clubs everywhere without any extra cost for this. Now with PTR outside, promote membership program as usual, attend club executive meeting common for all, attend other Toastmasters event, because his main function is to be an ambassador of your club to other club. So he attends, the more the club activities can be known to other clubs. Arrange your replacement and prepare your successor, as everybody has to do, he has to do. Provide a public relation report. He will provide the report, and that can be presented to the membership, so the membership understand what has been done during his tenure. Propose a new promotion idea, always there. He can have some new idea, some idea wherein he can bring some sponsorship also. So this is one way the club can benefit financially too, if this is thought seriously. Secretary is a person. Yes, sir. You want to wait?
Can we have a quick poll? Only one question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Are you ready for another poll question? Let's see what you think. So the question is, what is your favorite PR channel to promote your club news? Website, a newsletter, Facebook, Snapchat, or other? All right? So let's see how everyone is voting. What about you, DTM Dr. Shakil? What would you prefer to as a PR channel to promote?
Actually, we have WhatsApp nowadays. WhatsApp is there.
All right.
WhatsApp
Okay.
is there. Because every now and then there is a sound coming up and we go and see what is there. Facebook, there is no sound coming, so we don't know. And Facebook, there are so many things. So we have to try to, yes, we can have a separate page for our club and the Facebook. But WhatsApp is, I think, now with every club they're having WhatsApp. Not only at this, but area level, division level, district level, everybody is on WhatsApp.
Exactly, they're on WhatsApp. I agree with you. All right, so the poll is almost over. Reach a minute, and let's see how everyone responded. So, 13% prefer a website, 9% prefer a newsletter, 52%, the winner, prefer Facebook, and only 4% prefer Snapchat. Finally, 22% would go with other channels. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. And now, Dr. Shakil, the control is yours. Take it away.
Yeah. So now the secretary. Secretary is an important person, and it is an essential part of Toastmaster. XCOM. If they say, if you don't have all the 7 members, which are the 3 members which is needed for an XCOM to run the club. So out of these 3, one is the secretary. If you see, when you have chartered a club, there is signature for the president and there is signature for the secretary. So secretary is coming down the lane, but he is an important entity because he has all the records of the club during his tenure. He is noting the attendance, he is noting every minutes what is going on in the club, and he is presenting, scripting the minutes and also presenting the minutes in the next. And moreover, many clubs, they see that he sent the minutes by email to each member. So secretary is very important post. Post the previous minutes, prepare a list of action for the president, update the club officer list. At the website also, he plays an important role. Beside that, during the election, there is the secretary also voting a single ballot for the person who is elected unopposed. So remember, secretary is everywhere. circulate attendance sheet and guest book. Beside the VP membership, it is also the secretary who share with the guest book, who keep the guest book, who can keep, and the attendance. It is his. There is two-way method. He can either circulate the attendance sheet, or he can sit at the door and mark who are coming, the present mark on his seat. This is more practical because when you circulate the attendance sheet, there are people who may miss the attendance sheet and the attendance will be incomplete. Now, as the club meeting is concerned, read the previous minute, note the amendment. In case any member has to add or delete something, he has to note the amendment, read it again, record the current meeting again, and then get signature of the president and make it final before he sends to all the members. Now the secretary outside the club, he maintains the accurate roster. Whenever the members are in, it is his duty to send a revised roster, or usually in most of the club, every month beginning, the secretary sends the roster. The roster can be achieved from the website. Submit club officers list whenever there is a change, whether change in the officers, it is the secretary who does it. Handle all the correspondence, whether it is written to members or inside the club or outside the. Keep the club file. He has to maintain all the documents of the club. And when his tenure get over, he has to hand it over to the incoming secretary. Attend club executive meeting as usual, arrange for replacement as usual, and prepare your successor as usual. Now read the previous meeting, note the amendments and record the meeting, and just add that it is better if the minutes can be circulated to all the members, so those members who are absent can also know what is going on. Now we come to the treasurer. The most important part is the money man. We have two different types of club. One is the community club. Yes, sir. Yeah, please go on. Carry on.
So before we go into the serious issue of money with the treasurer, can I have a small poll to be answered by everyone?
No problem. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. All right, everyone. Are you ready for another poll question? So, in addition to the secretary, which officer must exist only to run a club? President, VP Education, VP Membership, VP Public Relations, or the Treasurer and Sergeant at Arms? Let's see how everyone thinks. Dr. Shakil has provided the answer to this question during his speech, during his training segment of the Secretary. So let's see how everyone was paying attention. So have you been in a situation, DTM Dr. Shakil, where you had to keep the other role in addition to Secretary to make the club to run the club?
We, at times, you know, this is a tradition. I don't know why the people are not coming forward. So we have in many clubs, I have seen that one person is having two ExCom roles. So this is a very difficult situation because the people or membership, they think that it is very difficult to take up the ExCom role. It is very difficult. Indeed, it is not at all difficult. It is more interesting, and one can enjoy only when one takes up the role. This is what. Unless you taste the thing, you will not know what taste it is.
Absolutely. So let's, if you may allow me, please, let's see how everyone has responded, and then verify the question by the answer by Dr. Shakil. Okay, so the answer. Oops, the panel disappeared. I'm sorry. Okay, so from the participants, 73% went with President, 14% with VP Education, no answer for VP Membership and VPPR, and 14% for the Treasurer and Sergeant at Arms. So, Dr. Shakil, can you give the verdict, please?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So, who is it the President? 73% answered the President, and the Secretary can exist only in a club to run the club.
Yeah. And if the third person is there, then VP Education will be coming up. Yeah.
Okay. So a club can survive only with the President and Secretary. Yeah, it's a must that every club has a Secretary and the President.
These two signatures are needed. And if there is a possibility for a third person, then VP Education is the third person.
Gotcha. All right. Thank you very much, sir. Okay, now I'm going to give the control back to you, and you can start with the treasurer. Thank you very much.
So let us see what about the treasurer. I was telling you that there are two different things. Community club, the treasurer's role is important, as well as in the corporate club, usually the treasurer role hardly matters, because everything is taken up by the corporate, unless the corporate have some part to be paid by the member. So then the treasurer role comes into. So let us talk about the treasurer role, keeping in mind about the community club. He has to prepare the budget. The first month he has to prepare the budget. It is very important. He will be instructed by the president. Even if he is not instructed by the president, it is his duty that in the first month, see, this club dues or money is of the members, and we do not have any right to spend unless we take their approval. And to take their approval, it is important that we present the budget, and the budget is voted and approved. So it is very important that he immediately prepare the budget, and he can take help of the previous treasurer how to prepare the budget. Then there are two times which we have to pay the dues, and members will know, or members should know, that it is from October to March and from April to September. So when we are paying the dues, it is the month of September, in case if you want to pay from October to March, and it is the month of March when we want to pay the dues of April to September. So these 2 months, but usually if you see, our terms starts from July and January. So we usually, as a tendency, as an advantage, try to give an early bird in the month of January and in the month of July, a rebate of 50 riyal or something like that, so that we collect the membership due in the first month of the term. And thus, whenever the term is due to pay, our treasurer immediately pays the amount. And remember one thing, the minimum number of members' fee to be paid to keep the club alive, previously it was 6, but now it is 8. Also, you must know that the membership dues till this September was $6 a month. That means one person for one term used to pay $36, while from October it will be $45 per term. This will be an increased load on the finance. So it is very important nowadays that we should understand the importance of increasing the membership. If you concentrate or help your VP member increasing the membership, the finance will increase. And if the finance will increase, the less burden to members. Possibilities that we can continue in the same rate. Otherwise, one day will come, then the club ExCom has to put a proposal to increase the club dues. So let us all realize before the problems arise that we should, as a member, see that our club have minimum 30 to 40 members, so that the club expenses can be easily controlled. So this is a basic thing which I would like to tell you, not only as a presenter but also as a club growth of director. Collect the membership dues, report on finance, club finance. Now what happened, he prepares the budget, provide the bank. It is not here. Usually he keeps the thing, we don't have it. This is good for US. Collect and pay the dues, submit a new membership application, issue checks for club expenses. Usually he keep, and whenever he pays something, he collect the invoices, and toward the end then he makes all the records, and this record can be handed over to the auditor in the beginning of the next term, and he present the financial report that is to be audited by the auditor. Now outside the club meeting, he submit the club accounts for audit, that is at the end. Attend executive committee meeting, which is common, reconcile deposit, expenditure and cash in hand. It is important that if the treasurer try to keep the members aware of what is going on. So at the end of each month or at the end of 2 months, he send the Excel sheet to all the members. So members know. It has happened that there is no such thing going on in one club for a couple of terms, and ultimately that club landed up very badly because nobody was knowing where the money is going, and it is very difficult for them to, but somehow they have to work overtime to get this club out of it. So there are so many problems. If we do as per the rules, there will be minimum problem or no problem. But in case if you go away from the Toastmasters rule, we are bound to have problems. Ensure club meetings, government tax regulation, this is in the US, receive financial correspondence, prepare for audit committee. This is all has to be taken care of by the treasurer. And beside this, again a repetition, prepare a budget, present financial report, submit club accounts for audit, work with executive committee on the success plan. Success plan, how treasurer comes into, treasurer will pay the dues on time, and when you pay the dues on time, you get an administration point. That is how the treasurer comes into play. May I continue, or you want to have a this thing poll? So
Yes, just DTM Dr. Shakil, one quick poll for everyone before we proceed. Okay, everyone, so the question is, a club treasurer can be a member of the audit committee. True or false? Let's see how everyone would respond. Now, those with an accounting background or an accounting profession must provide the right answer. Have you had such a situation before, Dr. Shakil? Where a club treasurer, have you had such a situation? Have you stumbled upon or encountered a situation where a treasurer was part of the audit committee before?
No. Actually, I think so far I have not come across such situation.
All right. Okay.
Maybe
So,
a treasurer, maybe you are in one club and he may be in the audit committee of the other club. That could be possible.
Okay. So let's see how everyone is responding. So 5 more seconds. And we're done. Okay, so, yep. 38% answered true and 63% answered false. And of course, the answer is false if it's in the same club. Otherwise, we're going to have a conflict of interest and a potential fraud thing that I'm pretty sure, Dr. Shakil, you wouldn't want to happen in the club. All right, thank you very much, everyone. And now, Dr. Shakil, I'm going to give the control back to you. Please take it away. Thank you.
Now the main role is the sergeant at arms. Though he comes the last, but he is the main person who set the club meeting. He is the person who comes before 15 minutes. He arrange or rearrange the room as per the requirement. He put on the banner, he put everything in place, he put the timers table, he see that if there is a project with need a projector or need a laptop, he does arrangement for each and everything. So this is a sergeant at arms role. In community club, it is also important that he should reserve the venue ahead of time, because there are every time nowadays hotels, they get sudden bigger order and they last moment they can cancel your reservation and it becomes very difficult. So always the A plan is there, B and C plan has to be there in the mind of sergeant at arms. He should know which are the venues which will be available, and immediately he has to switch over. When he switch over, it is also important that he carries all the club supply to the new venue, and he make it a point that all the members and the guests are informed about the change in the venue. So this is the thing. Now as far as the next slide, this is one thing. There is only one slide. then slide is not there. Slide. Yeah, 1 minute, huh? Slide
Yeah,
is.
so
Yeah.
it's all right, Dr. Shakil. I think
Okay,
you can
okay. Now,
continue.
okay.
Oh, all right.
So
Okay.
arrange the meeting room early, arrange tables and chair, because usually, it is sometime have to be arranged in different way. For example, a storytelling, you need a slight change in the arrangement. So this is all has to be told to the sergeant at arms prior. He knows the agenda and accordingly he makes arrangement. Set out meeting materials, promotional material, check out the room temperature. This is also very important. In especially case of summer, the AC should be working. Otherwise, it will be really difficult for the person to sit for 2 hours. Ask the guest to sign and he's always on the supervision. He sees that particular person sign the guest book or particular person see that he gets the snacks properly. And he is the person who will arrange the snacks. In a club wherein you have all sort of nationalities, especially the Arabic person, the Indian person, the European person, then it is very important for the sergeant at arms to see that the food served in the break time is such that all the person can be able to take that food. Otherwise, it will be a partiality for particular thing. If Indians are there, they may like spicy, but contrary, the Arab members or some other members may not be able to eat it. So it is also a responsibility of the sergeant at arms to take the entire view of the membership and see that whatever snacks he arranges is feasible for all of them. It is good for all of them. He should welcome the late arrival, coordinate food service, collect ballot and tally votes. At times, whenever there is election or at times whenever there is vote counters role, if nobody is available, he can do this. Now, as far as the sergeant at arms is concerned, return the room to original configuration before he closes the room, because we have to return back in the normal way. Pack up the store material and store with him, because everything he has to carry. That is why sergeant at arms of the community club have a lot of the work to do, and sergeant at arms of corporate club is way more lucky. And then he has, because usually it is, let us make it a habit that whenever we are leaving the room, we should see that all the trash is properly placed in the waste basket. Otherwise, the next time the person who is giving you the room will be more irritated. So otherwise, all your work will be done by the sergeant at arms. So don't underestimate sergeant at arms, because he is the person who set the warmth. Meeting on time, start meeting on time. Schedule meeting location, ensure adequate supplies are available. What do you mean by adequate supply? Supply of the certificate. Nowadays, the Toastmasters International has given us permission that we can print the best speaker, best evaluator, best table topic certificate. But there are clubs which are also giving the ribbons. So every term we should see that we have enough stock, and this stock will be told or will be informed by the sergeant at arms. Attend executive meeting as usual, arrange your replacement as usual, prepare your successor for office, which is common for everybody. Update the executive committee on the club meeting space status. If there is a change, then he should immediately inform the president. And then with the coordination and cooperation, they should go in for the next step. So executive committee, the main person is the president. He should take his permission, he should keep him informed. Work to coordinate meeting space. And that is why it is very important that his geography of the city is well known to him, and also his social contact of various venues. The person, reception person, have a good rapport so that he can use this to ensure venue on his own personal contact. Replace item if needed. Wherever the things are not working, see that if it can be repaired or not. Especially some club, they have the lights which are operated by the electricity. If some bulb is used, replace it. If something is not working, the timer stopwatch is another thing. Sometime after certain use, it can also get used and unfunctional, so you have to replace by a new one. Or the clock. Clock is very important. If the premises have the clock of its own, well and good. Otherwise, every sergeant at arms have to carry a clock extra with his banner and everything. So this is another thing which is a must for the sergeant at arms. I would like to just speak all the members who are from the corporate club. Corporate club members may not be able to get that much exposure. This is what my personal feeling is. So I would request them, if they can afford in time and money, they should join a community club. This will give them an extra exposure to the community club, and it will also give the community club an extra member. So it is also a very important phase of club building, that corporate club and community club, they come more closer to each other, cooperate with each other by taking membership. The other thing is that they can also invite the community club people to their corporate session. So this will also give something extra, some new creativity will be done, some new members, some new things will be done. So always, whenever the ExComs are there, try to be in good relation. The corporate people should come in close contact with the community ExCom, and the community ExCom make it a point that they should be near to the ExCom of the corporate. Be synergy and see that both the people get advantage from each other. This is my personal opinion, and I have seen we have a combined session of corporate and community club going on in Daman, going on in Khobar, and really these clubs have come out very well. So please try to see, and if you can do it, this will be a great achievement for the district. Thank you, sir. If you have any question, please ask me. Hello,
all right, DTM Dr. Shakil. Yes, we have around, I think, 5 minutes to finish the session. So everyone, you are encouraged, to provide questions. All right, so we have a question by Toastmaster Asjad Ansari. Who can be the member of the audit committee?
Audit committee usually can be any member from the club who is not related to the previous ExCom or the present ExCom. That will be the ideal thing, because he will be a neutral person. Because we are auditing of the previous ExCom, anything of the previous ExCom. So select a person who is not a member of the ExCom, out of those 7 members of the previous ExCom, and who is not a member of the present ExCom. This could be the best person.
All right.
And who have the idea of auditing also. That is also a professional way, it is also important.
All right. Thank you very much, DTM Dr. Shakil. We have another, it's not a question, it's a suggestion by Toastmaster Muhammad Al-Zayer in saying, I would suggest a quarterly meeting between the area and club's ExCom officers to share best practice and leverage expertise, so all clubs are ensured to be up to par. This can be enhanced to division level meeting with the division and the district.
My brother has rightly suggested, and I think they are also implementing this in our areas here. Area 32, initially they used to have this thing, they have a panel, even at the division level. I have seen now division also preparing the list of pool evaluators and pool mentors, and they can distribute this. And this, I have seen division working on it. They are thinking, asking the senior members, 2 or 3 members from each club who can afford to go and assist other clubs also for their timings and days, and then they are correlating with the timings of the club. For example, if a person is free on Wednesday and any club meeting is on Wednesday, then they can send his name to that club, and those people can give him assignment, and they will get an extra person or experienced person from outside on that particular day, and he can serve the fraternity in this way. His experience can be utilized. So there are things going on at various levels. So this is what I have seen practically it is going on, and I feel this will definitely be more beneficial, not only at the club level, at area level, but ultimately it will pay to the district only.
All right. Thank you very much, DTM, Dr. Shakil. Okay, I think we have another question. I'm very sorry it was asked at the beginning, but it was asked in Arabic, so I'm going to translate the question. So if a member does not renew his or her membership for 6 months and then they want to go back, would they be registered or considered as a new member?
No.
By Toastmaster Kawthar Al-Amir.
Yeah, just explain to my brother that once the membership is broken, then he can be reinstated if he is coming in the same club. Or if he is joining any other club, he can be again reinstated, or he can be in one club and he want to join another club, he can be a dual member. So he can be reinstated, and he can be counted as one of the new member only, but he will continue with his old member and his old progress. So that no need to start from the beginning.
From a technical perspective, they would be considered as a new member. For example, in the Smedley Award or the COT.
But he will be reinstated, yes, with the same old membership number. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. All right. I think that's about it. These are the. There are no more questions by the attendees.
At this point, I would just like to add one thing, that this is also a thing, food for thought, that in case if there are members who have left out or who have been out, we should approach them, because there is a hesitation for them to come back. So we should approach them and bring them back. This will be beneficial for the club, as club will be getting and technically a new member, and he will be also, his hesitation will go and he will join comfortably. So let us all go back and see the old members who are around there, still in the city, approach them. They are the best people. Besides approaching the new guests, approach our old people who have left due to some or the other reason, and now they are hesitating to come back. Because usually this is a psychology, when a person goes out, then he is out of touch, then he feels hesitation to come back again. So it is our duty to see that they are invited and with the same respect.
All right, thank you very much. By the way, I think I skipped 2 questions by mistake, so can we have time for them, please? Okay.
Yeah,
so a question by Toastmaster Muhammad Zahrani. Are there any update in members fee?
Update
in the membership or members fee?
Yeah, that is what I said. From the coming term, now we are paying $36 per term. From the coming term, it will be $45. There is an increase in the membership fees.
Okay.
From the coming, that is why it is very important for the club to see that they have more members. If they have more members, then financially we can continue with the same fees for the next term also. If the membership falls, the finance will be affected.
That's an increase with $9, right?
Yes, sir. Increase in $9.
Okay. All right. So effective October 2016, the new membership fee imposed is going to be $45 instead of $30.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Another question by Toastmaster.
People we paid fees is to keep the club alive. But for a healthy club, 20 membership is a must. But see that for the financial each club have at least minimum 30 to 40 members. This will be on the safe side.
All right. Okay. Now we have, I think that's the last question. We have a question by Toastmaster Muhammad Al-Khazal. Who opened the meeting? The sergeant? I think he means the sergeant at arms or president. Who opens the meeting?
That is called to order, we call it. So sergeant at arms, and the sergeant at arms should know the Toastmasters mission he should not read. He should in the beginning, okay, then he should know what is the Toastmasters mission. He should read the Toastmasters mission. He should explain to the people to put their silent mode. Then he should revise, as we are having in Toastmasters here, the 3 things we should avoid. And then he should have a good introduction for the president, and then he invite the president, hand over the lectern to the president. And from there, the president takes up, and toward the end, the president will adjourn the meeting.
Okay, perfect. So I think one last question, and then we will call off the webinar. So last question, mashallah, this is the 3rd question by Toastmaster Asjad Ansari. His question is, if a club officer does not renew his or her membership for the club for the club he is a member, is he still considered as a club officer, or will he be discharged?
No, he will not be a club officer. Any club officer or anybody who is standing for election, or anybody who is contesting, or anybody who is having any assignment in the contest should be in good standing. The word good standing means that he has paid the dues of the Toastmaster International and he has paid the dues of the club. If he has not paid, then in no way, even if he is not a member, no other club should call him and give him any assignment. Not only in the club, but in the Toastmaster. If he is not in good standing, he is not a Toastmaster, then he cannot be given assignment, whether he has been a great Toastmasters in his heydays, but at that particular point of time, if he is not a member in good standing, he cannot do any assignment in Toastmasters. This is the basic thing. So leave about the ExCom, leave about the election, leave about the contestant. So that is a basic requirement, is every member should be in good standing, and then he avails all the facilities.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Actually, do you mind if we answer another question? Because
please.
All right. Okay. I know that we said we're gonna call it off, but I think this is hopefully the last question. So a question by Toastmaster Sayada Ansari. They're asking for a script for the president to start and end the meeting, please. So they're asking for a script for the president.
Okay. Yeah. See, just remember a few things. Point number 1, he should thank the Sergeant at Arms who has introduced him. Point number 2, he should address the membership and the guest. Point number 3, he should call upon the guests to introduce themselves and welcome them. Point number 4, he should call the secretary to read the minutes of the last meeting. Point number 5, he should inform if there is any message from the district, division or area to the assembly, to the membership. Point number 6, he should communicate if there are any important workshop or any important area or a contest or anything going on in the fraternity. He should inform the members the time, and in case, see, this is verbal information. Already he has already informed them by mail, but this is an extra verbal, emphasize them, or for attack or anything, or pay the dues, whatever is there. This is all included in the business session. And then if there is, before in the ExCom it has been decided that this meeting we will be inducting members, then he should say that today we have induction, and then he should follow the procedure and invite the VP membership, and the VP membership will induct, then he will hand over back to the president. Again the president will come back, and then he will call the Toastmaster of the day. Before he calls, he should introduce him and then hand over. And toward the end, when the Toastmaster of the day hand over the lectern, he should call up, thank the Toastmaster of the day, call the vote counter, and then see that the Toastmaster of the day, or different club, they have different session. In some club the president gives the award. In some club the president think that the Toastmaster of the day has done so good work, he should be the right person to give the award. So then he stands there and then he thanks the Toastmaster, who goes back, and then he asks the membership, is there any other business? And then after, if there is nothing, then he adjourns the meeting. So this is the basic thing. The point wise, if you go, it becomes very easy for any president. And if you are going to be a president, or if you are thinking to be a president, see that you watch your president very closely. That is the best example of to learn from your own president.
All right. I think we are done. Distinguished Toastmaster Shakil, sorry we exceeded the time by 10 minutes, but I wanted to make sure that all of the questions are answered. Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Shakil Shaikh, we are very happy to have you as the Club Officers Training trainer. Thank you so much for your effort. It's been a real pleasure to have you, and I'm pretty sure everyone who's attended looks forward to another training session by you.
Indeed, I would like to thank the district, yes, and especially you, my brother Basam, that you people have given me an opportunity so that I can talk and address to my brothers, Toastmaster fraternity. And anytime I am available, please ask me as many questions, and see that you arrange some sort of quiz contest on Toastmasters. This is what the Jubail people are doing very well, and we have also gone and visited. So if you have a quiz contest in Toastmasters, I think many people will learn many things which they may not be knowing. So this is one of the way of creativity. Have some quiz in your own club. Have 2-3 clubs combined and have a quiz on Toastmasters.
All right. Thank you very much for such input. Again, Distinguished Toastmaster Dr. Shakil Shaikh, the Club Growth Director in the Eastern and Central Province. Thank you so much for your time, and we look forward, inshallah, to see you in another training session.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Tasbih ala khair.
Wa alaikum assalam. Tasbih ala khair. All right, everyone. So this concludes our training for tonight. The training was on club officers training, and I look forward to see you in another webinar. Thank you very much for attending and being an active participant in the past 2 hours. I look forward to see you in another webinar. I wish you a good night. And just like Truman says in the movie, in case I don't see you, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.